Greetings, loves. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with Chronic Wellness. Thank you for joining me here. I am continuing to discuss with you the saga of my blood clots. And I had some scans last week that were way overdue, and I got the results back and learned that there is still blood clot in my internal carotid artery down through my subclavian, which moves under my clavicle, and some new clot as well as old clot in my bicep. And that was overwhelming and disappointing news. And then that same day that I learned that, I called my rheumatology office to verify that the treatment I'm going in for next week, which is Rituxan, I will be getting subcutaneously rather than through IV. And learned that no, my doctor has not made that change. And I just started sobbing. And in the cry, I realized that I was not crying out of sadness. It takes me a moment to tune into these things because tears are my first go-to. But I was crying out of anger. And I am angry that I've been asking for this med change since September. I am angry that my rheumatologist has not made this change for what will now be my fourth treatment. I am angry that he doesn't seem to be prioritizing my vascular health in the ways that he's been asked to by my hematologist. I understand that the medicine I am getting does not have a rheumatological dosing schedule, and yet I've found him a pharmacist at the Cancer Institute that is willing to work with him on dosing. My specialist up in Seattle had a suggestion about how we would work through the dosing, and Medicare has said they will pay for the subcutaneous dosing instead of the IV dosing, which that in and of itself seems like an act of God. So Medicare will pay. Why the fuck isn't he getting me on that med? I'm so beyond livid. Like, did we save my life from all the things all the way along, from muscle wasting to lung disease, to just have me die in his infusion clinic, shoving one of my clots through at high velocity, and to have me have a pulmonary embolism in his chair? So I am going to have a conversation with him tomorrow where I will be angry. And I've asked my wife to go with me. She doesn't always go with me to these appointments. They often go really smoothly. And I am fearful because it feels high stakes. I expect I will cry, and I don't want to. I want to come across as fierce strength, and I want to radically stand up as my own advocate, and I want to leave him no option but to put me on this med or find me someone who will. And then I'm just angry all over again with many of you about how much time and energy. Let's circle back. I'm going to remind you, time and energy are our most precious resources. They are the only life offering we have to give, and they are so impacted and so limited by these illnesses and these bodies that we inhabit. And I am giving so much of that really limited time and energy over to being a professional patient, which means I'm not giving it to my niece, my nephew, my friends, my wife. And that pisses me off. So here I am preparing myself for battle rather than taking a walk, rather than doing some writing, rather than FaceTiming with my niece. So that is what's true for me today. And over the course of the last 4 days, I have been in one of the worst flares that I've been in a long time, like head to toe, skin, joints, muscle, pain. By the end of the day, it's been at an 8, just almost unable to breathe or move. And I know that part of that is the change in weather and that I'm coming due for another treatment. And I know that part of that is this anger and the disruption of this health stuff getting me out of my groove and self-care and a peaceful state of calm relaxation. So that's where I am. I'm preparing for battle. How about you? That's the state of your body, and how much time are you spending on being a professional patient these days? I am sending you love and hopes that in the midst of your own flares or pain or difficult diagnoses, you're still finding ways to tend to your spirits. Until we're together again, be well.